Hey guys, Kelly Day here. I put a video up earlier about LimeLife Palooza and kind of a recap, what I thought about the event and about one of the sessions that I was in. I'm going to talk a little bit about a different session and just kind of tell you some of the things that I learned during this one, and it's called The Power of One. And I think it's so important that we think about this and realize this, that we're in this business because I shouldn't say that. I'm in this business because I feel like women today, and even girls, we do not see our own worth and our own value. And I feel like so many people are unhappy in their own skin and don't love who they are today, that I really want to change that, right? So that's how I feel about my photography business. That's how I feel about my LimeLife business. I also am a distributor for Juice Plus. You guys probably don't even know that because I don't talk about it a lot. But I just think when you're healthy on the inside, you feel better about yourself. You feel better all day long, and you don't get sick nearly as often. So Juice Plus is also a part of my life. My family, we've used it for, I guess, 6 years now. And I won't go a day without it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But what I wanted to talk about in The Power of One is a couple of things. My takeaways from that was, one, you have to be responsible for building your own fan club, right? So people like you, and you're likable and you have friends, and so it's up to you to be trustworthy and build your own fan club, okay? So no one can do that for you. You can't go to someone else's Facebook and find their friends and start liking their friends, and it doesn't work that way. You need to be authentic, be who you are, and really just build up your own fan club, right? So not about LimeLife or about your business, but just as a human being, build up your own fan club, right? So that's takeaway number one. Number two is, your energy is way more important than anything that you say. If you go into a meeting with someone or consult or a makeover or a party or whatever it is, and your energy's low and you've had a bad day and you're rushing to get there and it's written all over your face, or you've got a migraine, or, right? So when you go in without that energy, that's way more important than anything you do or say. So the moral of that story is, gather your energy, and when you go into that meeting or that party or whatever it is, that conversation with someone, be intentional about it. Have your energy, right? So that's takeaway number two. Oh, I kind of stole my next one. Set your intention before each meeting or each consult. So before you even start one, think in your mind, okay, here's my intention for this meeting. Normally for me, it's to find something that the person I'm sitting across the table with wants to improve or get better or feel better about themselves about, and I either want to showcase that in a photo, or I want to give them a product that makes them feel good about that part of their body or whatever it might be. So my intention is to always improve the way someone feels about themselves. So set your intention before each consult, and your intention is not going to be the same as mine. Your intention is going to be your own. It may be similar, but don't take my intention and make it yours. You need to find what your intention is for every appointment, and it's not about making a sale. It's never about making a sale. It's about making someone feel good. Also, after a meeting, it's really important to send thank you cards. So before they come in, or when they're in your chair or across the table from you, in the last video, I talked about that sheet where you can get some information about your client. You want to make sure that you get their address, and always send a thank you note. I usually try to give out samples during that meeting, but if I forget or I don't have any, or they really liked a product, I might send a couple extra ones to them, and just, that way they can give it to their friends, or they can use it while their product's being shipped. So always send thank you card with samples in them. That's a great idea. And then when you store your consult cards or information, whatever you do, I like to use the face charts, but I am going to incorporate those questionnaires as well. It's important to store those in a way that makes sense for you. One thing that they recommended in that class, The Power of One, is that you store it by month. So that way, like every quarter or every 6 months, whatever it is, you know to follow up with them because they bought products that are replenishable, and you want to make sure that you don't miss when that one's starting to get empty. You ask them, hey, are you still loving your products? You know, it's probably getting close to the end. Can I reorder for you, or whatever it might be, right? And also, if you're one that stocks products, which I don't think many of us do, but you know, I usually try to keep a couple of mascaras on hand, and if I know I sold, you know, 50 mascaras one month and 10 the next, then obviously I don't need to store as many every month. So anyway, just a little side note there. And then one of the challenges that came out of that Power of One meeting is for you to follow up with your clients with a video message. So don't just send them a text or, you know, send them an instant messenger or whatever it might be, but to do a video like I'm doing here to you guys, send a video like this to them so that they know that you're thinking about them. It's really quick and easy. Literally, you just prop the phone up, you hit record, you say what you want to say, and you send it off. So that's a really great way to do that. And then use your materials from your consult with them. So that questionnaire, you want to make sure that you use that to say, you know, hey, how was that birthday party that you were going to, or how was your vacation, or I know you were going on that interview, how did it go, did you get the job, right? So just whatever you remembered about their visit, make sure that you ask about those things too. I think that's kind of common sense, but you know, just make sure to remember that. And then always ask for a referral. I'm not always great about this, but it's something that I plan to put into practice, that especially if they really liked a product or something that you did for them, just ask them, hey, do you have any friends that might be interested in looking at the products too? Or maybe we can do a champagne party and you and your friends can come, and you know, they may even start selling for you, right? So they get their friends there, they're telling their friends how great it is. You can be like, girl, did you just see that? You just sold that all by yourself. You should consider selling, right? So just some good opportunities to think about during that consult. So this is kind of part 2 of the video that I did earlier. I forgot to mention these things, so I wanted to make sure and say it here. So again, there were 5 things that you can do to make your consults better. One is build your own fan club, right? So the people that are friends with you, make sure your energy is on point. It's more important than anything you can say or do. The third, set your intention before every meeting. Make sure you know why you're there and why your customer's there. Send out thank you cards. And the 5th one is to store your consult cards in a way that makes sense to you, whether it's monthly, by name, by product, whatever it is. Just make sure it's something that works for you. All right, guys, that's all I have. I've got way more trainings to come. I hope you enjoyed this. And it's really kind of cool to go back and look at my notes and recap things that I learned, because it's helping me to put them into practice. So I'm hoping that it's going to help you too. Anyway, hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye.